Alright, so before we start building the new case, I want to just explain what's going on with the motherboard here. So what we have is an Asrock Z690 Extreme. In the processor, we have a i5-13500T, that's a 35 watt processor. We do have a pretty beefy Thermaltake M2 cooler for the NVMe drive that's there. I did pick up this 3.1 USB front header to USB port to put my Unraid USB in, because we do have another one at the bottom there that will service the front panel USBs that are available on the case. Now for this build, this board does have 8 onboard SATA ports, and then we have an NVMe to 6 SATA port card there. What we're gonna do, we're gonna run these 6 and these 6 over to the bottom of the case to service the 12 drives, and then these 2 will probably be for the 2.5-inch SSDs that'll be inside the case. And then as we add drives, we'll go ahead and add them there. In this PCI Express slot, that'll be the NVIDIA P2000 Quadro. So we'll be having that in there. And that's pretty much it. And then we do have one more M2 slot down here for if we want to put in another one of these NVMe 2 to SATAs, or if we want to put in another NVMe drive, we can kind of expand there later. Taking a look at the back panel here, we have a BIOS flashback. Not really something that we're going to need too much. We are going to need to flash the BIOS on this board, since it is a 13th gen chip in a Z690 board. A couple USBs here, HDMI out, display port out. We have 2 holes here for the antennas if we picked up the Wi-Fi version of this board. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing Wi-Fi on this. We have a 1 gigabit NIC and a 2.5 gigabit NIC. Some more USBs, a USB-C, and then all of our audio jacks. That's pretty much it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this installed on the motherboard tray. All I've done here so far is I've installed the standoffs. I have done a full dry run here, so I have the power supply within arm's reach. I have a lot of the PSU cables also within arm's reach. I'm gonna go ahead and get a time lapse going. I'll get this all screwed in, run some of the cables, and then we'll be back after the time lapse. Alright, so I want to take a couple minutes and just show kind of the cable routing here. What I ended up doing, this power supply is sitting on some risers, so you'll see that there's a gap between the bottom of the power supply and the bottom of the case. So what I've done is I've run the 2 EPS cables under the power supply down the middle here. I've also ran the 2 Molex connector cables that I'll need for the backplane. I ran them through the grommet and under the power supply. So one of the concerns that a lot of folks had was getting those Molex cables through. I think with this particular power supply, I'm going to have more than enough length. And with those risers being there, I had more than enough space to get them through the bottom there. I'm going to go ahead and get the case. I'll go ahead and sit this in. We'll get the fans on in the back. And we'll start working with the SATA to SFF cables. Alright, so one of the things I wasn't sure about is whether I wanted to seat the GPU in now or wait till it was in the case. What I'm going to go ahead and do is seat it now. That way we can just take this whole tray and just pop it in. The other thing I've gone ahead and done is I've taken the pass-through cable, or the pass-through blocker that was here, this little metal piece, and I've taken that off so that we can go ahead and get the SATA cables passed through. So here I'll have a bunch of screws to take off. and then we'll be able to get the GPU in there. All right, so I think we're done kind of getting this set up. What I'll do is I'll go get the rest of the case. We'll set up the SATA cables. We'll check these down here for the pass-through, and I think we should be set pretty quickly. All right, so we got a few things to do before we're ready to put the motherboard tray back in. Right off the bat, I gotta uncable tie some of these SFF cables, get them in, and get the remainder of the cable over to this little pass-through on this side. After I get all three of those in, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get the PWM fans in. I'm not going to play with the jumpers just yet. And then once the backplane is on, we can, once the SFF cables are on, we can experiment kind of setting up the Molex connectors and get going from there. After that, we'll take a look back at the top. We'll get the front panel plugged in and the top fans plugged in. And I think we'll be set from there. With the exception of just plugging in a few SSDs. All right, well, let's kick off another time lapse. Alright, so this is the final look at the build, and I'm starting with the back here because this is one of the first places I have to make a modification off camera. My PSU did only have one Molex lead and then two SATA leads, so I had to get a couple of these adapters here to go from SATA to Molex to power the last backplane strip there. So that's now fully powered. When I started this build, I only had 8 drives in the old build to transfer over. You can probably see right back there, I have a stack of drives and another stack to shuck. So we have more drives that'll go in there. And it's already populated and it's been running for a little bit. So that's in there, that's going. Outside of that, I've done a little bit of cable management. And so you can see here, kind of the craziest cables that we have here are the SATA cables right here on this side, the blue cables. But outside of that, I've routed the SATA cables from the 2.5-inch drives over the fan and into the first 2 SATA ports. And then I have the big tail of SATA power kind of tucked in the drives there. For now, that's pretty much the build. I do have a planned video coming hopefully soon with some more upgrades that I'm waiting on parts for. Shipping for a lot of this has been pretty slow. So this will be a look at the back. Flip it over in just a minute. All right, one thing I did want to talk about real quick was this bundle of cables here. If you go with the bigger PSU, maybe something longer, anything like 1,000 watt will probably be longer there. You're going to run into some clearance issues here, depending on the PSU that you go with. This is a Red Dragon PSU. I've actually had a couple of these and they've been really good to me. But I do have a bunch of cables bundled here, and I had to get a grill for the back of that first fan because they do have some pretty big openings there. And so we've had issues with cables getting in there and having to open the whole thing up to free them. So that was one big fix that we did. I've gone in here and tied these back down a couple times, so that's great. Outside of that, if you do go with an SFX power supply, you're going to have a lot easier time managing cables, and you'll probably be able to fit a lot more than just these 4 SSDs. I do have a PSU that I just took out of that Johnsbow build, so I might be looking at putting this in there. You can see that size comparison. I might be putting that in there. We'll maybe experiment with how that works. They're both 850s, so it should, just swap in pretty easily. And then I do want to explore 3D printing a bigger cage here, or in addition to this cage, so that I can fit more, hopefully U.2 or just 2.5-inch SSDs, SATA drives. So yeah, that's one of the biggest kind of things that I didn't calculate correctly. I thought we were going to have a lot more space there. But if you do get custom cables, really the majority of that bundle is the EPS and then the 24-pin. So if you get a SFX or something with smaller or shorter runs, you'll probably be, in a better place, and you'll probably not have half the bundle that I have there. Overall, this was a pretty easy build. It was a million times easier than the Johnsbow. Definitely recommend this case. I would say though, careful with the EATX because you're not going to fit with the width there. And if you do need a bigger power supply, yeah, that might be a tough squeeze. So just things to be aware of. Thank you for watching. I am very appreciative. I'm very happy with how this has come out, this project. I do have a couple upgrades planned. We got a couple of things shipping that should be here soon. I'm sorry that this video took so long. Finally done. It has been running for about a week. It's been pretty quiet for me. And overall, I really enjoyed this upgrade, and I think it's been a great case so far. Like I said, I should have another video here with a couple of upgrades that we're going to be making. And I'll let you know probably in another week how that's looking, and give you another update then. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day. And let me know your thoughts on this case.